official from P3P podcast, and today I'm going to go over next weekend, which is Labor Day weekend's college football preview. With that being said, let me go ahead and get it started. Unfortunately, tonight, it won't be anyone else on this podcast outside of myself. The other two gentlemen have been busy this past weekend, so it'll only be me. So, with that being said, welcome to everybody that's out there watching this podcast. Please stay tuned for other podcasts coming up in the near future on the Power 3 podcast show. With that being said, let's go ahead and get it started. What you see on my screen right now is what they are calling in the college football or arena, or whatever you want to call it, the college football nation, as the best kickoff weekend ever. With that being said, as you see, a lot of the top 25 teams are playing Labor Day weekend starting on Thursday, which everybody's in love and can't wait for the college season to start, as well as the NFL season, because um, I'm a huge NFL fan as well, but I love college football as well. And as you see down at the bottom, my favorite college football team is the Oklahoma Sooners. Boomer Sooner. But anyway, keeping it moving. I never said I could sing or anything like that, but anyway, let's keep it moving. We're gonna go ahead and talk about some of the games that are really being looked at and highly anticipated throughout the Labor Day weekend. I'm hoping everybody's out there that are college fans are gonna watch this game. So these games, should I say, and give some feedback on our podcast on what you feel about these games that are about to come up here in the next week. With that being said, let me go ahead and just start it off by saying, I don't even know what to think about this weekend that's about to come up, this Labor Day weekend kickoff special, because it's so many good games, and I'm what I'm about to tell you are my predictions. So please don't take any offense to it. This is just how I feel about it. So with that being said, let me go ahead and start off by saying the first game, which is on Saturday, which is these are the games that everybody or the sports analysts are really looking forward to seeing. There are, of course, a lot of other games that are being played, but these are the most looked at games probably this weekend, outside of the people that are looking at their alma maters and things of that nature. But these games right here are the most looked at games by sports critics. With that being said, let me go ahead and get started. The first game is going to be on Saturday. It'll be my team, OU Boomer Sooners, versus number 3 OU Sooners versus the number ranked 15 University of Houston. Now, this game should be an outstanding game. I heard a few critics earlier today speaking on this game, and they feel like some feel like this will be an upset game. Some people feel like the University of Houston is going to upset Oklahoma. Of course, I don't feel that way. I don't think that's going to happen. But I will give the University of Houston their props. They have a great team. They were good last year. They're going to even be better this year. So with that being said, I really have to give them their props. I feel like the University of Houston is going to make a good game come Saturday. I just don't think they'll come out on top. With OU's Baker Mayfield at quarterback, he's one of the top 5 Heisman candidates that's coming out in the year of 2017 college football season. So I feel like he's a huge threat, as well as Samaje Perine out of the backfield for Oklahoma. This man set records last year. He's a phenomenal running back. Don't get me wrong. It's not just because I'm a huge OU fan. It's pure facts. Just look the man up. Samaje Perine of the OU Sooners, running back. It speaks for itself. I'll be completely honest. It speaks for itself. But Houston have some powerhouses. I will admit, Houston have their powerhouse players as well. So I won't just say that Houston is going to we're going to run through Houston like we've done many years before. We're not going to run through Houston. I'm sure it's going to be a great game, but I do feel like OU is going to come out on top. Secondly, The other game, the next game after that would be the 3:30 game Eastern game, which is LSU Tigers, ranked number 5 in the nation by the AP poll versus Wisconsin. And Wisconsin, of course, as you see, they're not ranked. But however, Wisconsin does have a good team. Will they come out and win the game against LSU? I doubt it because LSU is just every year. The LSU is in the SEC, so every year LSU has an amazing team as well. Being ranked number 5, they're just two below OU, so they're in the top 5. So they're not there just for no reason. They obviously got something up their sleeve, and they definitely got some things that they're gonna bring to the table come Saturday against Wisconsin. You just gotta you just gotta know that they're gonna do the best that they can do to Wisconsin's gonna do the best that they can do to try and beat LSU, but I just don't see it. LSU has another Heisman candidate, which is Leonard Fournette. Um, this dude is huge, humongous. I was watching an interview with him today about him today on ESPN. This man is a beast. When I say he's a beast, he's huge. This is a big man, big man to be in college football. I mean, he's huge and he's solid stock. So I don't think Wisconsin has enough to take them out on Saturday. Third game would be the Georgia Bulldogs, who's ranked 18 versus the number 2 ranked North Carolina out of the ACC at 5:30 Eastern time on ESPN. With that being said, that should be a real good game. Excuse me. Georgia is a good team. North Carolina is a team that's up and coming. And the thing is, the reason North Carolina is ranked 22 this year is because last year North Carolina had a good team. I think they even made the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. So you just gotta know that that's probably going to be one of the best games on Labor Day weekend is between Georgia and North Carolina because those two teams, they're ranked right there next to one another, so it's going to be a game to definitely watch. Everybody knows about the Georgia Bulldogs and the Herschel Walker days and stuff like that. And Georgia's trying to get back on the map. They haven't been as good as they have been in the past, but they're trying to get back there. So if I had to choose in this game, I have to go with Georgia to win over North Carolina, number 22 North Carolina. Even and when and if Georgia wins, it's not going to be by much. If Georgia wins this game against North Carolina, I would say it'd probably be no more than by a touchdown. It'll be a close game. I really believe it'll be a close game. If I didn't say it in the other one, in the LSU and Wisconsin game, LSU beats Wisconsin by at least 2 touchdowns. At least two touchdowns. And as far as the OU game, um, versus University of Houston, I believe OU. I know OU will beat Houston by at least 2 touchdowns. And I'll say that as well, 2 touchdowns. OU game and the LSU game are both being shown on ABC, and like I said, the Georgia and North Carolina game at 5:30 Eastern will be shown on ESPN. Um, the fourth game on Saturday night will be the number 1 ranked national championship team, the Alabama Crimson Tide. I mean, what more can you say? You really can't. When you speak of Alabama, it speaks for itself. Alabama is just that team. You really can't say much about Alabama. They are that team. They're the team that everybody's trying to mock themselves after in regards to winning national championships. Alabama is a powerhouse team, and you can't take nothing from them. Yeah, they lost some key players to the NFL draft and things of that nature, but they still that Nick Saban, he comes up with something out of his hat every year, and that's why Alabama's ranked number 1 in the nation coming into this college football season. They're playing number 20 USC, and I don't see USC doing anything against them. I really don't. That's going to be on ABC as well. It's just Alabama is just too strong, way too strong. So I really feel like, and Alabama will probably beat them. I'm gonna give Alabama the win by 3 touchdowns, even though they don't have Derrick Henry anymore. I just feel like they're too strong of a team to even for USC to compete. So That's that game. On the fifth game fifth game, which is coming on Saturday on ESPN at 9 p.m. Eastern, is Clemson, number two Clemson versus Auburn Tigers. Two teams from the same area, good teams. Clemson. You last year, Clemson, they played in the national championship. They lost to Alabama, but they played in the national championship. That's why they're ranked number two. They pretty much brought all of their players back. So they got a quarterback who's just phenomenal. His play, what he plans on doing. Of course, he's probably gonna be. He is in the Heisman talk already, so he's definitely gonna be someone to definitely look out for because he's just that good. Um, Auburn, I don't know. Auburn is a lot like Georgia. They're trying to build their team back up. Auburn, it used to be a powerhouse team at one time, but they're still trying to get back to that caliber. So they're not there yet, but they're definitely trying to get there. I'm gonna pick Clemson to beat Auburn by at least 3 touchdowns, if not more. I'm gonna go with Clemson on that game. The next game would be on Sunday night, and it'll be number 10 Notre Dame versus, I believe, Texas is unranked. By this, they have them unranked. So Texas is unranked. That will be on ABC at 7:30 Eastern Time, in Notre Dame in Texas. Now, I think this is the first time in a few years that Texas hasn't been ranked in the top 25. Um, with that being said, and the rankings is done by the AP with the Associated Press. As far as the coaches poll, I don't know where if Texas is ranked or not in the coaches poll, but as far as the AP, they are not ranked in the top 25. Notre Dame had a great team last year. Don't know how they're going to do this year. They're ranked number 10, so obviously they're pretty decent, at least by the AP. But I don't know. We had the same people, the same NFL analysts and critics that spoke about the upsets earlier today spoke about Texas upsetting Notre Dame. Understand this: Notre Dame does have to go to Austin to play Texas, so that's going to be hard for Notre Dame. That's not going to be an easy task for Notre Dame to beat Texas. So, with that being said, we'll see. We'll definitely see. For that game, because I reside in Texas, and I'm gonna be honest, I do not like the Longhorns. Longhorns down, because I'm an OU fan and they're in our conference, so Longhorns down. But just because I reside in Texas, I really feel like Texas can pull away the upset here against Notre Dame. Because coming for Notre Dame to come to Austin and play Texas, that's gonna be hard for them. Them Texas fans don't play that. They do not play that. So good luck Notre Dame to that game. That should be a real good game. But I'm gonna predict Texas to upset Notre Dame by at least 2 touchdowns. By 2 touchdowns, I believe that. Okay, and then on Monday night to cap off the Labor Day weekend, to end it on a good note, will be Ole Miss ranked number 11 versus FSU, Florida State ranked number 4, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. That's going to be a good game as well. Florida State, y'all know Florida State has been a powerhouse for years, and they're trying to get back on that powerhouse level in which they used to be on back in the day. They're definitely working on that. I really feel like they're almost there. They lost, of course, Jameis Winston, so they're trying to do bigger and better things with new quarterbacks behind the center and stuff like that. Ole Miss is Ole Miss. They SEC. You just gotta give Ole Miss their props. They're going to do what they can, what they plan on doing, and it is what it is. Ole Miss is a good team. Is a real good team. That's why they rank number 11. They in the top, well, they're just under the top 10, but they're definitely in the top 25. Ole Miss, we just gonna have to see what they can do this year. As far as the winner of this game, I have no idea because these are two good football organizations and two good teams, and I don't know. If I have to pick, though, being as this is a prediction show, since I have to pick, I'm gonna have to go with Florida State. And the reason I'm gonna go with Florida State because I used to be a huge Florida State fan back in the day when Deion Sanders played, Warwick Dunn, people like that. For those people that know about Florida State history, football, I was a huge Florida State fan back in the day. I was still an Oklahoma Sooner fan, but I was a big Florida State fan as well. So I'm gonna have to go with Florida State. This game right here is going to be decided by less than 6 points. This game here is going to be decided by less than 6 points with Florida State coming out on top. So please check those games out this weekend. Like I said, it's the best kickoff weekend ever. They stated, as you can see at the top of that. The Labor Day weekend is going to start the Labor Day weekend off right. It's going to start it off right with these games. I am so anxious and so looking forward to these games coming up this Labor Day weekend. Today is Saturday for me, or almost, yeah, Saturday for me. But I'm definitely looking up forward to these games. And I'm hoping I'll be able to catch at least 90% of these games, the ones that are these kickoff games in which I'm talking about. I really have to check them out because I really want to know the outcome and how close I came to my predictions. I want to see how well I predicted these games. But if I don't get to check all of them out, definitely believe I'm gonna check my OU Sooners out. As you can see, that's why I got the Sooners and the Houston picture down there as side by side down at the bottom, because that's the game I'm definitely gonna check out for sure. If I don't check out any other game, that's the game I'm definitely gonna check out. Um, uh, there are some other games that are being played, of course, like I said, but these right here are key matchup games that are going to be played Labor Day weekend. So I'm hoping everybody that's huge college football fans and fanatics and stuff like that, I'm sure y'all going to be glued to your television come Thursday and all the way up to Labor Day, which is Monday. I'm sure y'all going to be glued to those TVs because I know I am. But again, this is what it's about. This is what I look forward to. This is the season for college football, and 1 week after that is the season for the NFL. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So with that being said, I just wanted to reach out to everybody.